Good morning, everybody. It's day 88 here, and just got on the trail. The shelter's back there, but it's a 7:20 start time. Yeah, I don't know. It's not that I woke up late. I just couldn't get going, but it shouldn't affect much. I think it's a pretty calm day. Even if it's rocks all day, so be it. But 17.9 is what I'm gonna do, I think. There's a lot of campsites, not shelters, but campsites. And they're spaced apart by like 2 miles or something like that. So there's right around where that 17.9 is. I think there's a 16 and whatnot. So I got a lot of options. If I do the 17.9 today, it'll make for a little bit easier day tomorrow into town. So let's switch the view here. What do I got, a bite here? Maybe. All right, let's see here. The first one out this morning, so I'm sure I'm going to be blazing and getting rid of all the, probably getting rid of all of the snakes. So, a couple people came in late last night, and I thought it was somebody else, and then this morning I recognized them. So I've seen them a couple times. TD and Hash are pretty much right next to me. And it's funny, because they took one of the spots I had cleared out when I was looking for a spot for my tent. So, and they came in late too. They came in with headlamps. So I haven't tried night hiking. I don't know if I'm not against it. I just I would have to see what the rocks and the shadows and stuff look like with a night light, with a headlamp, for me to do it. It's already dangerous enough doing it during the day, and I kick rocks and trip over stuff all the time. So I would probably say, for me to do it, I'd rather have more of a super highway where there's not much on the trail. So not sure we're gonna need to do it, I'm not sure I'm gonna need to do it either. Maybe when it starts getting dark around 5:30, I might have to do it for the last a little bit, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when it comes. So I think it said it was day 88, right? And tomorrow's Delaware Water Gap, I believe, which will be a town. I'm gonna try to stay in I'm pretty sure they have a Marriott there. I could be wrong, but it's a pretty big town, I think. So I'll check to see if they have a Marriott to stay there, and upload some videos. So I uploaded a video last night from my tent. Took 3 hours, and it did get uploaded. So probably try to do another one tonight if I can. And I can only do that because of the battery I was able to charge at the secret shelter. If it wasn't for that, the battery would have been burnt up just uploading that. So I know that Alpine's ahead of me still. I'm saying probably 5 to 10 miles. So I'd like to catch up to him. I enjoy staying with him at night. That sounds bad. I enjoy staying in camp with him at night. He's chill, and he's got a routine, and I like that. So, well, yep. Water, I'm down to basically just a half a liter left, and Should be a water source roughly in about 3 miles. It's a sub shop that closed down due to COVID, I believe. But the spigot works in the back or wherever it's at. So we'll be going there to get some water. And I don't really like to carry a lot of water unless it's absolutely necessary because it weighs a lot. So this is what the order of today is going to be, isn't it? It's going to be rocks like this. These definitely wrecked my feet a little bit yesterday as far as pains I hadn't, experienced in a while or whatever, but it seems to be okay this morning. So I didn't even look at the weather. I should have looked at the weather. But yesterday, it was just, I think it was hot, probably in the 80s, high 80s. But it was not humid at all. And that made a huge difference on my performance, climbing up mountains and whatnot. I sweat, but I didn't sweat on my face. So definitely helps that keeping that humidity down. That's why I like getting the early starts. Today is about like 2,300 elevation ascent and like somewhere around the same on the descent. So that's a relatively calm day, I'd say. I think yesterday was a little bit more, but and I can play around with those numbers. It's like 31 miles to Delaware Water Gap. So all right, well, I've been jibber-jabbering. I've been jibber-jabbering for 7 minutes, so we'll hang it up. Oh, I got a spiderweb right in my face. Big one, too. All right. Top of a tower here. I'm not going all the way inside, but these are always sketchy. I don't like it up here. Looks like it might be raining over there. Sun rays. Whatever those are. Anyways, I'm getting down. At least it's clear out. You can actually see something. Alright. Oh, no trespassing without permission from Jay. Oh, sorry. Well, I didn't go inside, so does that mean I didn't trespass? I don't know. Just because I went up it. But anyways. Breaking laws for the views, I guess. I didn't go inside. I just went up to the top. Alright, y'all. Heading on. This pump had a bad day, huh? Jeez, I wonder what happened to that thing. He backed into it, I guess. Well, I thought they'd have a store at this gas station, but there's nothing in there. So I'm gonna go up here and go to the closed sub place and grab some water. And then just get right back on the trail probably, so. Slackpacker Deli & Goods. It says coming soon, so maybe they're rebranded and they're gonna reopen up. That'd be cool for people next year. So there you go. I just filled up the water, so that's cool. Maybe once this place opens, it'd be nice, but not this year probably. So all right, getting back on the trail. Later. This is the other side. Not much out there. Sure seems like there's not much out there. Nobody thinks of New Jersey like this, I suppose. Just thought I'd bring you along through a nice, somewhat flat, rocky section. Green Tunnel. This is a nice break from what I was doing. There's still some hidden rocks there, but the trails basically took the biggest boulders on earth, threw them into a big grinder, and then the grinder, then barfed them out all over the trail. Entire day, basically. This is this is like nothing here. Still gotta watch where you're stepping, but this is way more relaxing. At about 7.5 miles to go. It's 1 o'clock-ish. So, and if the trail stays like this, which should knock on some rocks, it should be 2 miles an hour, but let's just still get there 4 or something, 5 maybe. Who knows? Could throw a bunch of mountains in there, I don't know. Most of the heavy lifting's been done today, though. I think there's like 500, maybe 700 elevation left to climb, so. Super highway. All right, folks, let's hang it up. Let's talk real quick about the water, because I got water at that sub place that's not open yet, and I immediately felt like, oh man, I should have loaded up on another liter that I had. So I left there with basically 1.5 liters, and I was like looking, like pretty much staying on the ridge all the rest of the day, and I think into town pretty much tomorrow, so there's not really, I was like, oh man, I should have loaded that up, but went up the mountain, came down to the shelter, that, according to the comments, there was water there, so I went in Blue Blaze Point 2, and sure enough, there was water there, like a spring. So it was cold, it was clean, and I have no idea where it's coming from, because everything else is dry. All the things you crossed over, it's just crazy. But anyways, so I loaded up on my full capacity that I could take, and I've already drank about 3/4 liter. So I have about 2 liters left at this point. The campsite that I'm going to tonight, it's just a tent site, it's not a shelter. Supposedly there's water there, and that's the reason why I picked this one. So, not too concerned at this point. I'll drink this up. I'll probably get there with maybe I'll leave 1 liter just in case. But you got to trust the comments, and sometimes I haven't been let down by a comment yet. You got to look how recent they are too. Anyways, all right, y'all, I'm gonna play in the woods. Some high tension, high power lines. I don't know what they're called. A couple 10,000 volts. Anyways, look how huge that thing is. Jesus. It's huge. Anyways, like maybe a mile left to the tent that I'm going to, so it's pretty early still. There was some good 3 or 4 miles of flat, and no rocks, so I was able to make up some time a little bit. So I'm gonna get back to it, play in the woods. We have a Jersey bog. I really don't know what the difference between a bog and a swamp is. To me, it's the same thing. They don't call it a swamp. They haven't called a swamp in Maine, New Hampshire, none of those other states. They're called bogs. Does anybody know the difference? Maybe it's a pond. I don't know. To me, it's a bog, but definitely stopped up by beavers. So that's the reason it's there. I gotta check that campsite too to make sure that this is not water that's going by the campsite. 'Cause I don't want to be drinking that. So campsite's still, I don't know, still a ways away, but still I want to make sure that that is not the water for the campsite. All right, continuing to play in the woods here for a little bit. Look at that. That is the water source. Some of you are all thinking, that's nasty. I tell you right now, it's cold, it's clear, and it tastes good. Smells good, tastes good. So that's coming from up there, way, way up there. So I don't know. Yeah, this is a great find right here. So I've already had already filled up a liter, and now I'm gonna fill up another one. Yeah, this is an awesome find. I was gonna continue on after this tent site, but it's almost 5 o'clock. I'm probably just gonna stay there. There's nobody else there, and I don't think there's gonna be anybody else. I think it's just gonna be just me tonight, which is, I think, the first time I've ever stayed at a site with just me. But it's only a 0.1 back, and if I go forward, it's 1.6 miles. But there's some uphill there, so my legs are pretty much shot. I'm just gonna stay down here. 13.6 left to go to town, so we'll make. I wouldn't necessarily call that light work tomorrow, but it shouldn't be too much of a heavy lift tomorrow either. So, man. So I got 2.5 liters of water now, and then in the morning I'm gonna pass right by here again, so I can fill up before I go up the hill, and probably, I need to figure out where the next water source. It's still 13.6 miles to town. I'm sure I'm gonna need water between here and there. So, well, I'm gonna get back over to the tent site. And they're kind of spread out all over the place over there, and there was nobody over there at all, so I think it's gonna just be me. Yeah. Oh well, maybe I'll actually get some sleep tonight. Alright, we'll see you soon. Well, 6 o'clock. Had dinner. Had 2 ramens and put a tuna packet in there. Had some crackers, some trail mix, and some granola. I think that's it tonight. There's my tent. Everything's ready to go. I mean, I didn't blow up my mattress yet or anything, but stuff's inside. So, water there. And then I ate over here by this rock. right there. And then I hung the bear bag over there. So brushed my teeth over there. Yeah, about to call it a night. Can't remember how many miles it was today. It was relatively, I think it was 17 something, but 13.6 left to get into town tomorrow. I gotta look tonight and see if there's a Marriott or something there. It's time for me to take a shower. It's time for me to wash my clothes. Time for me to upload a bunch of videos. So, yeah, I'm not gonna do a closeout in the tent because I'm out here and there's nobody here. I really don't think anybody's gonna show up because there's so many tent sites close together that it's kind of pick one. You know, it's like I picked this one because it had water not too far. Most people do that, but I think everybody else pressed on. A lot of people are doing some big miles out here. I don't need to. 17 was good enough today. 17.5 or something was good enough today. You know, I mean, it'll be 13.6 tomorrow. I guess I could have went another 1.6 or something like that to make it a little bit easier tomorrow, but it was uphill, so I just decided to call it a night. Eat a little bit more than I normally have. I don't normally have 2 ramens, and I just started putting tuna in there for the protein, so I'm really trying to up my protein game to stop this muscle cavity. Is it cavitation? It's like cannibalism, I guess. But I always think I think of the word when I'm actually hiking, but when I'm on the camera, I can't remember the word that I'm looking for. But it's basically just my muscles just being eaten away from things I'm not using for the protein. But so yeah. All right, it's been a while since I've been in town, so it's been I don't remember the last time I was in town, but tomorrow will be the last day in New Jersey. And I will be going to Pennsylvania tomorrow, so that'll start that big old, I don't know how many miles Pennsylvania is, 50, 60, maybe more, I don't know. I know that there's like a 13-mile section that's all rocks, so that should be interesting. Hopefully that's like one of those ones where I can just concentrate on that an entire day and it doesn't, you know, like that's my job that day is just do all the rocks or whatever, but we'll see. I'm not sure. I got to plan that out, but all right, y'all. I'm going to get my tent ready and relax a bit. So we'll see you tomorrow.